What's up guys, Gold Gaming here, back with another video. So today we are going to be looking at the IS-4, the Russian Tier 10 heavy tank, going down the line starting from, I believe, the KV-2, yep, KV-2, all the way up. And yeah, we're going to go into great detail with this tank today. So, brief overview. The IS-4 is by far the biggest quote-unquote noob tank. When I say that, I'm referring to the fact that this tank is really good for newer players. It teaches you if you play it correctly, it'll teach you how to side scrape, how to angle, where to attack, and it's got really good mobility, a great armor profile, and a fairly decent Russian gun. Yes, let's go ahead and get into it. Equipment loadouts, of course, this is my equipment setup. I am running gun rammer, enhanced gun lane drive, and the refined gun, just to help with the accuracy just a little bit. Did not mean to hit that. We're also running improved modules. We got improved assembly and toolbox, as well as improved optics, the engine accelerator, and consumable delivery system. This is my ammo loadouts, nothing too special. Of course, we go over to provisions, and we got both food rations and the improved fuel. This is my setup for consumables. I am running adrenaline to get that 9.6 second reload down just a little bit more when needed. Yeah, so let's get on to compare tanks. Alrighty, here we are comparing tanks, and scroll and doing a quick brief scroll through the list. You can see there is some red and some green. First off the bat, we are obviously, of course, comparing the IS-4 to its brother, the IS-7. We got the Kronwagen WZ-113 and the AMX M4 MLE-54. That's a tongue twister and a half. So first off, DPM, this thing is 2,636, which is the best in class with the exception of the WZ and the FE215B, which is not on this list. We've got fairly middle of the pack penetration. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. Alpha is 420, and then the IS-7 has 460. 400 on the Kronwagen, 420 on the WZ, and then 480 on the MLE. Reload is 9.5, so rounded up to 9.6, which is not the best on the list. The WZ and the FE215B also have the better reload. Scrolling down to the weapon handling, this thing has really good DPM, or dispersion, or I'm sorry, aim time, but it's a fairly accurate gun on the move. The aiming arc, rotation, or wait, does it say? It does not, so it doesn't give you, okay. It's fairly accurate, if you've played the, what is it? I'm trying to think the lower tier. I think it's the LTTB, or, off of those, the lower tier. When you move the arc, it doesn't extend too bigly, like, say, the WZ-121. It's not like that. This thing is fairly accurate. It does have a 0.344 dispersion, which is middle of the pack, roughly. Engine power, or mobility, of course, this thing has a 43 kilometer per hour top speed, which is the second best on this list. The reverse is 14. Engine power is 825. It is not the best. You can overtake the, your E100s, your Mouses. It's not the quickest like the WZ and the FE and the IS-7, but it gets to where you need to. The terrain resistance is really good on this thing. You don't really notice any difference. And then we move down to the HP real quick, because that is something. 2,650, which is the best across the tanks on this board. The mouse, of course, has 3,000 hit points, and your E100, I think, has a little bit more, which I didn't put on this list. And then we look at the armor. This is a really good armor profile for a heavy tank. You got 250 on the front of the turret, 200 on the sides, and 170 on the rear. 160 on the front, 140 on the sides, and 100 on the rear of the hull. By far, that is the best armor profile, with the exception of the AMX, with the AMX's frontal armor. And with that out of the way, let's get on to Armor Inspector. With the exception of the AMX. Alrighty, so up first, we've got the Leopard 1 shooting the IS-4. We are going to switch it to a typical heavy tank that you will go up against in just a few moments. But I want to go ahead and stress this. The IS-4 is great for bullying medium tanks. But the thing you have to realize is it does not have the best in terms of hull traverse. So you will get circled relatively easily. But as long as you're moving both the turret and the gun and you're in like a corner up against the wall or something, you should be able to hopefully get shots off. The IS-4, compared to the size of, let's say, the T-95 and the E-100, it is a relatively small tank. It is a very low-profile tank as well, so if with luck, you can get underneath the guns and only be showing that front turret. So right off the bat, if you're looking at this thing frontally, you do have this weakness right here. Yes, that is a weakness. That is not any mistake. I have penned there with your high caliber guns when going up frontally, and the Leopard 1, of course. And then, of course, that bottom plate is a weakness as well. But once you turn it at a certain angle, this becomes very hard to pen, and this also becomes very, very troll with a 32% chance of penetration. If I can grab the gun, we go ahead and turn to this position right here. This is the best position for this tank when looking at anyone. You keep that gun in line with the track wheel, roughly like this. People are not really going to hit right there because there is the tracks aesthetics look to it. So people think you can't pen there. No one, unless they're smart and they're good players, no one's really going to pen there. But 0% chance all the way around. And the only exception is that tiny, tiny, tiny little spot on that cheek. Other than that, you're not going to get through. But of course, once you over-angle, which is difficult to do, once you over-angle, you do become weak on that side. So you want to keep, like, if you're looking at them, you want to keep like this. So, or for example, if the enemy is right in front of you, this is how you want to look towards them. Or better yet, try to keep that gun, if I can grab it, in between the two track wheels. So try not to go between over, 10 degrees left and right if you're into those kind of calculations. The other thing to note is this thing does have 6 degrees of gun depression. It is workable. It's not the best, but if you do have a chance to get hull down and only show the upper parts, the only way they'll be able to get through is those very, very small cheeks. Of course, when you do switch to not HE, heat, it does increase the chance of getting through, as well as that tiny little bit right there. But other than that, you don't have too much to worry about. As long as if people will load heat, that is something to note. So you do have to angle yourself differently, especially when side scraping around corners. As long as you aren't showing that front plate, you're going to be fine. Alrighty, so here is a look with the E100 using its 15 centimeter gun. Obviously, you can get through when looking down. Typically, this is going to be about the height you're going to look down on them. You are able to get through that front plate, so you want to come in at an angle like this, make it harder. So you're rocking back and forth, turning. You'll be fine. This side of the front armor does become weak, and there is also an ammo rack right there, which you will see in just a couple of seconds. But you are able to side scrape around corners when coming up against heavies. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and switch over to the modules. As you can see, there is an ammo rack right here and here on the sides, relatively small. You get the same thing on the other side as well, and you got one in the back of the turret. We go ahead and roll to the rear, which is a difficult pen, but people do obviously aim here. There is 133 millimeters, so you don't have to worry about being HE'd up the ass by, say, grills and your T110E3s, unless, of course, you're hit with, like, HE, or with heat or pramo. That's going to be your only worries when showing your butts. You can get those very troll bounces off the rear as well, with the way it's shaped. It's kind of funny, and it's annoying when you're shooting at them as well. But other than that, you don't have too much to worry about. When I play, I don't typically get set on fire. But if you are looking to do that, aim there with your standard or pramo, you could typically get hits if you're going over this drive wheel right there. Obviously, aim for the drive wheel, you will be able to hit, but yeah. Unlike the IS-7, which I will eventually grind down and do a review over, you don't really have to worry about the ammo racks. They are pretty well hidden, as long as you're rocking back and forth and not over-angling and showing them. Alright, let's get on to the games. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and hop into it. Now, the way I typically play the IS-4 is, this is one of the few tanks I will do my best to play front line. As long as I'm dealing damage and absorbing as many hits as I possibly can for the enemy, I've done my job, and we typically win. Lately, the past few days, and I'm going to be 100% honest, I have been going down in battle, but pretty much every battle has been a solid win. So, if that doesn't mean much to you, then that's just the way it is. We are on... sorry. I have no idea why he is saying that, but we are on... what is this map? I completely forgot. Anyways, this map. We are going to cap C, obviously. And we are probably not going to get anyone going over there. From what it looks like, pretty much everyone has gone over in that direction, so we are going to make our way over to here. Kronwagen is up there. We are going to get spotted. Yep. The gun accuracy is decent. It is nothing to, like, really brag about. But, you know, it hits most shots. It will hit most shots. On the move, accuracy is worse, obviously, because you're on the move. But once you stop for a couple of seconds and aim in, you can usually do pretty well. What I'm doing here is extremely risky. Results will vary, likely. Yeah, we are... I'm not going to risk HE. There we go. He's now a one-shot to pretty much everyone. We've got the OBJ around the corner. We are going to track. We are probably going to get penned. Nope. See what I mean? If you get lucky and you hit it and you turn at just the right moment, you typically can do well in terms of bouncing. We've got the Leopard one. Can we get a shot? Can we get a shot? Can we get a shot? There we go. See what I mean? Russian accuracy. Very chill. We're already down to a 4 versus 2. This can go in the other direction. We've got 2 full hit points. I am full of hit points as well. And, whatever happened to that shot, he obviously can't pen me, as you can see. So we are going to miss that shot. I'm trying to hide as much as I can, but we are coming close on cap, so that gives me the chance to hit that one. We're going to come around. E100 did good coming around, so I'm going to go ahead and come right here, take a shot. Yeah, we've got this. There's no way. As we are literally all bowling. Last shot. There we go. Alrighty, 450. That's a decent roll. There we go. That's an okay game. Nothing too special was done there. We did win on cap. We didn't do too much damage. We only did 2.3k damage, 15,000 credits, 1 kill, and we were third from the top in damage. Going over. Let's go ahead and hop into the next game. There we go, straight in, vineyards. This is not a fun map for the IS-4. It depends on where we spawn. This side, oh, I do not like this side. If we were on the other side, I would definitely go for city. we are going to go city regardless. Potentially we get some good side-scraping action in this map. In terms of speed, this is a good demonstration. Obviously, we're going to overtake the 100. The M103 will probably overtake us, especially because we go in through water. But he's just got a slightly better engine than us. We do have more armor in terms than he does, and he has weak track wheels. We don't. So, as long as we get up to C and potentially side scrape maybe around this building over here, maybe this one right here. Enemies are getting A, or B, I mean. We got A. We're going to go ahead and side scrape right here. This right here is a good angle. You get your lower plate that is hiding, or that is angled, and we are somehow spotted. So we are going to go ahead and just continue around. We are going to go ahead and start capping C. As long as we get to a good angle. You want to make? Would you like to make up your mind, please? Oof. Why? Why? I didn't do anything to you. Sorry, I'm just raging. Sometimes I don't understand people. I am going to track him. Or he is going to... We are probably going to get penned again. Okay. This is not a good position. Let's go ahead and continue forward. We should not get penned. Yeah. We are going to... Oh. Missed that shot. This is probably going to be a solid loss. Yeah, we are probably going to lose this. We might get a bounce. Yeah. And we are now the last one alive. So, this is certainly going to be a loss. Nonetheless, we are going to bounce him. Yeah, that's okay. If anything, I will add, depending on how the next game goes, I will add a replay. I got a couple. We did lose some credits, negative 21,000. We only did 1,000 damage and no kills, and we were third from top leaderboard again. Nothing to worry about, nothing to be mad about. Our team didn't do a good job, and that E100 literally wrecked himself. That is a tank I do plan on going down as well, and oh man, I've got a lot to say about that tank. We'll save that for a review. Alrighty, we're on Port Bay. City is probably going to be the best option. We are on this side of the spawn. Yeah, City is probably going to be our best option, or maybe running up through B, which is probably what I'm going to go ahead and say. It is only me and this the E5, and they're turning that direction, so, okay. Well, okay, yeah, if the light tanks are coming this way, then we're definitely going to continue through. I'm going to pull up to this corner right there. I'm going to pull right here. And we're going to potentially see if we can side scrape out a few bounces or whatnot for anyone that goes through B. But seeing as it looks like enemies go on C, make it better. I am almost at the TVP, so I will do a review on that in the near future. That'll probably be that'll probably be my next review. So, alright, we got Cap. TVP looks like he is. Actually, no, I'm not going to go this way. I'm not going to pull forward. There's the Jaegeru up there. We got the Progetto that is about to, maybe, miss. Okay. Ow! Stupid! I wish I was... I wish... I should have hit adrenaline right there. Okay. Let me see. Can I potentially get a shot? No. Just got shots on me. That's nice. Alrighty, we are in a horrible... I'm not going to repair... So, yeah, we are definitely going to get circled here. I'm going to ask for help. I just... Okay. As you can see, the traverse is not the best on this thing. That sucks, and that sucks. Alrighty, let's add a replay. Alrighty, here we are. We're on New Bay, IS-4, obviously. And, we are, going to look at it from this. Sorry, third game has not been the best, and the second game. I will obviously make it up. And coming up for the future, if you are, probably could have guessed, I am going to get the IS-7, do a review on that, and then shortly after that, we're going to do a tank versus tank. On this versus the IS-4, or versus the IS-7. So this is a good battle. It demonstrates side-scraping capabilities. It demonstrates the accuracy, the fact that you can bounce the Death Star at like 15 meters. Yeah, this tank is really good for newer players. This, in my opinion, would probably be a good first tank to go down if you want to get into the game. I would definitely suggest going down. The line was good. The STI, ST1, STD, whatever you want to call it. That was very troll. A very troll tank. I will, when I'm done doing tier 10 reviews, I will start tier 9. I will obviously do that one, as well as other tier 9s as well. We're gonna work our way down to probably tier 5. We'll see. But right now we're doing tier 10. So right here, as you can see, we got the Kronwagen, who was last spotted over by the B-cap would be. We are going to obviously back up and do some side scraping. I do hit him in the turrets, and we bounce him. For 400, we are going to kind of hold right here. We're going to bounce him again, and we're going to bounce on him, somehow. It was gray. Those angles I hate. But we are rocking back and forth, making it harder. We are going to bounce him again. He's going to completely miss us. He was aiming for our lower plates. The 57 is going to pull forward and take the tension. We are going to get a shot into him, and he gets hit for 604 by the grill. And I'm debating what I'm going to do. I was hoping to see if he's going to pull around and potentially get another shot on. But our T-57 Heavy starts pulling forward, so I'm going to go ahead and go help him. Right here, I get nailed to the cross by the Death Star, and then I believe the grill's going to bounce off of me. I was going to try to see if I hit the Kronwagen, but I do go ahead and get a very cheeky shot on the grill. We are going to bounce. I'm not sure who that was. I think it was the Kronwagen, and we're just going to continue to pull forward. As I said, you can bounce off the rear. It is, if you hit them at the right angle, or if you're at the right angle, you do hit them. We're going to continue to pull forward, combining our lefts and rights. The grill and the Death Star was last spotted around here. There's the Death Star. We're going to bounce him on our front plates, or on our track, I mean. And he's obviously pissed. Track's been repaired. We're going to get one more shot in before he is reloaded. Right about now, he should be reloaded. We're obviously going to reload, and I'm going to play extremely risky, and boop, right through the track wheel. We are going to bounce the Kronwagen. Yeah, a little risky, not recommended. But yeah, we do, and as you can see by the banner, we have bounced, and the counter bounced 3,000 damage so far. We are going to pull forward. We get the Kronwagen up here. I was debating on continuing forward. Obviously, I know we are not going to be able to get through the Kronwagen frontally, so there's no point in trying. I do plan on doing a review on it in the near future, so, you know, keep a lookout for that as well. I'm trying to see if I can potentially bait a shot. I do start to pull backwards, and I do get... No, I miss. I bounce him once, I just barely get around the corner, bounce him again, I think he's going to hit me one more time. There we go, he's actually going to pen me, and then he starts forward. He now is on a reload. I think it's a 13-second reload, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless, we are going to pull forward. He is pulling forward as well. I am going to get a very lucky shot onto him, and we're going to continue forward. There goes the grill on the enemy team. All that's left now is me and that T-57 Heavy. Our Kronwagen was taken out. We're just going to use the mobility of this thing and pull around this corner, and we are going to go straight to the rear. We're going to miss this shot, I believe, somehow. We're going to give him a little bit of a ram. Don't take too much in terms of damage, and we are going to hit the adrenaline, and we're going to pull in front of his gun to ensure he doesn't hit the 57 Heavy, who was a potential 2 shots, so I did take that from him. And that's the end of this replay. This was a 3rd class. We did get the steel wall for how much damage we bounced, and we did 2.2k damage. We did lose 5,000 credits, and we got 2 kills. In terms of damage, we were 4th from the top. So we did actually win that last battle. Pretty nice. So the IS-4. Last and final words. This is definitely a noob tank. Anyone can get in this tank and potentially do well. Don't expect to do well, but if you follow what I've showed, what I've explained in this video, obviously you can do pretty well. You're not going to win them all? No, you're not. You're not. But as long as you play well, you can do well in it. So again, in the future, I will probably be doing the TVP next. I should hopefully have that here soon. After that, probably do the Kronwagen. That will actually sum up the Pan-European line. And then, of course, I will start grinding down... I don't know. I don't know. If you've watched up to this point, let me know down in the comment section what I should grind. I'm debating between the WZ-113, the Hori, and the E100. One of those. So, you guys let me know down in the comment section what you want to see, and I'll do my best to get onto this to the channel. After that, of course, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and the bell if you enjoyed. And until next time, we'll see you on the battlefield.